Hello and welcome back to Course Correction. This is your host, Michelle, and this week I get to sit down with the most coolest hoodoo banginist chick, Xyla Royals. I just recently discovered that we were both in Houston, so I was like, well, hey, I'll just go over and interview you for my show and totally talk about life and how you became Hoodoo Bangin. So stay tuned to listen to the first part of this long interview. This is probably the longest I've ever talked to anybody. So I did cut it in two parts. So for the first installment, you'll hear us talk about some hoodoo and a little bit about how she broke away from Christianity and started this journey of African spirituality, also known as hoodoo, sometimes referred to as witchcraft. But I think really when it boils down to it, it's all just the movement of energy. So if you are interested in how energy flows and understanding how, different types of people move energy, then keep listening.
Alright, y'all. We about to board this ship to Camp I Don't Give a Fuck. Do everybody have their needs? Alright, let's ride this motherfucker. Let's take it off. Listen, let me stop playing.
Alright, so we are on board the ship to Camp Don't Give a Fuck?
Yes.
Okay.
Please. I don't give a fuck about what you know. You know what? I just want to say that I don't give a fuck about you hoes. I don't give a fuck about nobody who don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about the children, the dogs, the cats, the aunties, the grandmas, and the flowers that you grow in your yard. I don't give a fuck.
Ooh. Do you know what that means? That means that she can tell everybody you know, including your kids,
She don't give a fuck.
that she don't give a fuck and they can pretty much kiss her ass. Today I have with me a really important person. I think that a lot of y'all know her. I know her because I thought she was really, really cool whenever I first saw her. She's a local influencer here in Houston. Xyla Royals. Last episode was really cool. I had a former adult film star, the new Miss Lovely Black. She was really cool. I've been talking to her a little bit too. I've been kind of keeping up with her. And she has her own show, but she's cool. She wrote, I don't know, she said she wrote several novels, and she used to be an adult film star, and she was just sharing about how she kind of made a change in her life and corrected her course, because that's what this show is really about. Like, how did you turn into who you are right now? You know what I'm saying? Just me talking to cool ass people who have cool ass fucking jobs to me, you know what I'm saying? Just doing cool shit. And because that's what I'm doing. I'm like, I just want to do the coolest shit I can possibly do. And while I'm fixing on me, I'm just meeting people along the way.
And that's what this journey is about. Because I feel so positive. I feel so good. I feel so relaxed. And I'm glad that you feel that way.
I do. I mean, and you helped me too, even since I got here. Remember, I was a little bit anxious. I guess I did have some angst. I was like, like not on purpose, you know what I'm saying? Just like
walking into a different environment and not knowing what to expect, that does bring anxiety. Because when you don't know what to expect, but you're gonna go for it anyway, it do bring anxiety.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then in that first 10 minutes of you first meeting that person, if the anxiety is still there, then you know something was wrong.
Right.
But if that anxiety eases and it leaves, then you're around good people. That's why I said that energy is never destroyed, but yet transferred.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Is that what you would call your intuition or something, Ms. Xyla?
Senses.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because intuition is your senses. Yeah. I would say that,
Yeah, like that's how you gauge it, or like how do you use your intuition? Being that you're like a practicing high spiritual, to me, I feel like you're on a really high level as far as spirituality goes. How do you use your intuition?
That is a good question, and I'm glad that you asked me that. So now I can actually pinpoint it. Okay, how I use my intuition for survival.
Okay.
I use my intuition for survival. Definitely, because that's what it's all about. Yeah, because that is really interesting. How do I use my intuition? Yes, for survival. Because if it comes down to money, oh yes, that's a survival thing. I'm gonna always make sure I know how to survive. And if there's a higher power or ancestors or anything that's able to relay that message to me, I am going to stay connected to them.
Yes, be aware.
Yeah, because a lot of people tend to and I told my people this last night. My people, actually not last night, I did a live trap house ritual.
Oh, that's cool.
Girl, yes, I stayed trying to help people push them forward.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I did a Saint Martha the Dominator spell, okay? And it was a power ritual. And I was telling people, have courage and have strength. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your ancestors. And girl, I had to tell them the God honest truth. You are in the situation that you are in because of your own goddamn self.
Man. And that's the thing.
That's
what's hard to see. So whenever people start asking questions like the ones I ask on my show, because I'm asking them to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like this show, this really is my own course correction.
Yes.
To get myself out of what I feel like I'm worth way more.
Exactly.
I know I can do. I know I can be whatever the fuck I want to be. So first of all, I got to get out of my own way. That means knock that bullshit off.
Exactly.
But you got to see it before you can get rid of it.
And that's what I tell them. That's what I was telling them last night. And I think that ritual was one of my livest rituals because I had to address some things. When you are working with certain deities, they will make you realize your own mistakes first, and that's exactly what Saint Martha did to me. She made me take responsibilities for my own
the ghetto
actions.
twins, bitch.
Girl, for real.
H-Town girl, shout out.
She made me take responsibility for my own actions. And when you take responsibility for your own actions, that means that you are able to correct your mistakes. And you can get yourself out of whatever it is the fuck you are going through.
I really like this show too because it really lets me get deep with people, and in the talking to them I sort of, I can come to conclusions too. I can be like, oh yeah, that's a good question. I ask good questions, but I be coming up with some shit people ask me. Like, y'all are intelligent as fuck. And that's why I love fucking creatives, because it's only through creativity that we can change. Because you don't know how to get out of bullshit until you've had to get out of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, girl, don't bring me down. Don't tell me about that.
Child.
We're not even talking about that. And
that's life.
Yes, and a lot of people are so interested. I guess so many people, well, how did you start your journey? And how did you do this? And how did you do that? First of all, I took responsibility for my own actions, and I changed the way I was thinking.
Number one,
that's where it starts. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the
because that's not the easy answer of I just went up to such and such and got it. Like, you can't change unless you want to.
God damn it.
Because first of all, the only person who's stopping you is you. So that means
you are your
get
own
balance.
And growing up, I never understood what was that statement about. You are your own worst enemy. God damn it, when you think about it, you are.
Really are.
Because, and I'm going to use this for example.
Go girl.
My women who are in domestic violent relationships, God damn it, it is your fault. And then you can sit up here and say, oh, it's my fault. Yes, it is. And allow me to say why it's your fault before all of you guys jump down my throat.
Please don't jump her. We don't do.
And I will take you all. And I wouldn't even. And the crazy thing about it. And listen. And the crazy thing about it is, it wouldn't even be physically. It would be mentally that I would get you. I will slice you up. Because would you like to know why?
Why?
You allowed that man to treat you the way he treats you.
By not just. First of all, how you introduce the relationship. Because immediately you have to see the red flags. Because really, if you don't, then you become the one.
And then for my people, oh, well, how would she know? Have she ever been in a domestic violent relationship? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's how I know that if you make the right decision, which means love you.
Get to talking about self-love.
You know what I'm saying? Then you say, I ain't taking that.
Yeah.
But if you sit there and you go back to it, then you allowing it to happen.
Right.
What he got to change for if you keep coming back? I mean, I'm just saying. Because if you let me rob you if you know I like to rob you and you keep coming back with a pocket full of cash.
You like to get robbed.
You like to get robbed. Every time you come around.
Take it.
Exactly. Ain't that the same scenario?
It is.
All right.
Because if I'm giving you all of me.
Okay, then I'm going to take it.
Yeah. I think, and that's what I'm learning now, because I'm really studying energy. It's just how your vibe must matter to you.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, it's going to be fucked up. And that's what we mean by you let it happen. You're your own worst enemy.
Oh, exactly.
You know, because if you're at the bottom of the energy scale or whatever, okay, well, first of all, look at the shit that's stopping you. Mm-hmm. Do you feel dumb? If you do, bitch, move up.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
And if you feel you're being attacked, then you need to understand, well, damn, why do I feel so attacked by this? And when you can tell the truth to yourself, you'll tell the truth to everybody else. We lie to our own goddamn self.
Every day.
These people, that's why I don't see people. See, I be having, because I just shake my head at some people.
Yeah.
Because I be like, you don't even want to tell yourself the truth. Girl, you know, people don't want to hear that.
No.
People don't want to hear that. People like the dumb shit.
Well, because it's easy to feel good all the time and tell yourself.
It's easy to live in a lie.
Mm-hmm.
But see, is it really? Because it hurts.
Yeah, that's pain. But you know what I think is even harder? It's just to try to be happy whenever you're like devastatingly down. You know what I'm saying? Because like they tell you that you can change it. You know what I'm saying?
And you can.
So it's like, are you going to do that hard work? Because that means that you got to really put love into you. You know what I'm saying?
And
to balance that out.
that's not a bad thing.
It's not.
Because if you're going to put it into a man or a woman that is beating the shit out of you emotionally or physically, why can't you get that same love and energy to yourself?
I just think that's so hard for some people. Like if they have them incorrect attachments to shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You
like,
know, especially if that's all they know. Right?
Yeah, like if nobody ever told you gotta matter more than any of this other shit, and you gotta find something to give you spirit, because there's one inside of you that's waiting for you to be like, boom, we on the same vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Something? I'm thinking, and I don't think I ever had nobody to encourage me the way I encourage myself.
Yes.
Because people around me never was like, Xyla, you gonna be somebody.
Yeah.
Xyla, I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
Xyla, you're my girl. Now, since I have a fan base, those people give me that.
Yeah.
But I came from a part where, baby, I was called trash.
Yeah.
I've been called a hoe. I've been called, baby, you need to find who your baby daddy is.
Yeah.
And you know, yes, I was around low vibrating energy people.
Yeah.
But the ancestors, they had a greater. They had me, man. They had me. So
how do you feel like you got in touch with them?
Well, when I think about it, I've always was intrigued with the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was raised as a Christian.
Okay.
I was always intrigued with the Bible and always intrigued in the miracles and what could happen in that spiritual world. I've always
Like you feel like you've been creating since you were a kid.
Yes, I've always been interested in religion. I also wanted to go to college for biblical studies.
Why didn't you go?
Well, I didn't go because now I know that it's all fake. Well, we ain't gonna bleep that out, but it's the God honest truth.
She's like, first of all, system.
Yeah, I found out that it was all fake. You know what I'm saying? So,
So how did that make you feel whenever you first found out?
nothing. I didn't feel betrayed.
Yeah.
I didn't feel mad. I was like, ow! I see now how so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And because when I was a little girl,
Kind of hurt your feelings a little bit, but you like, oh.
it actually didn't hurt my
See,
feelings.
I was disconnected. I was upset because I had been so conditioned to believe in, the exact story and all of that. I was like, oh, so somebody
lied to me.
Yeah, betrayed.
Well,
like
I was like, shit. See, okay, well, I have two personalities. One of them
so
is
like duality.
I guess so.
Yeah.
One personality is like so player because it already knew.
Okay.
I feel like I've already been here before.
Like betrayed. Like he was like, first of all, you late.
Just like
waiting for you to catch up.
I'm like, okay. I was cool with it.
But you feel like that spirit, your duality, would one of them be connected to your spirituality?
Yes. Okay. Well, okay. So here's how I see it. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in the universe. The religion is a system, and I know who that system was created by.
Right.
So that's why when I found out, that's why when I dropped Christianity, and I never told you why I dropped Christianity.
Okay.
I dropped Christianity because Christians can never answer my questions.
That happened to me.
You can never answer my questions.
I got kicked out of class.
And it's like I looked for these questions, and then I found I'm a reader. I'm an explorer.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book. Oh, I got books everywhere that I love. And one particular book that I am in love is The Brown Girl in the Ring. I forgot who it was written by, but I got it on audiobooks. And they introduced me to the Orishas. See, and I wanted to know.
It's about to get good.
Yes. And because Christianity could never pinpoint whether it was black or white.
Yeah.
And I needed to know. There was a lot of things that the Bible said that people couldn't answer for me. Like why in one part of the Bible it says that a man could be righteous. And then why in another part of the Bible it says no man can't be righteous. See, somebody lying.
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate all of that. But then...
like it was an unedited.
Yeah.
Or somebody's accident.
And so, me being a reader, I like to explore things. So, I continue to explore the Bible and see what it was all about. And then it didn't really make sense. And my ancestors, they just called me certain places. Like you have to listen to your intuition, especially if you're the chosen one. If you're the chosen one, you're going to explore. It's not going to settle right for you. And it's like, I had noticed things about Christianity that didn't equal up with what I really wanted to do in life as a person. You know what I'm saying? And girl, we can go down a line about that. But the African spirituality or the indigenous people, I heard a lot about them. Because I was like, wait, people didn't believe in Jesus at first.
Yeah.
So who did they believe in? And that's when I started. And let me start with people who got the same skin tone as I do. Let me start off with those people. And there you have it, the Orishas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the Uribo tribe and the Efa. And I'm like, ooh, but they say that's voodoo.
Oh. She said,
yeah,
oh, wait a minute.
yeah.
That's supposed to be what?
Right. And then I was like, well, you know, I've always been connected to something.
Yeah.
And that just grabbed me.
Yeah.
Like once I found out about that, it just grabbed me. Like Christianity, I was intrigued.
It
you get what I'm
confused
saying?
me a lot.
I was intrigued by it because of all the miracles and the all that. But when I, couldn't figure out what the hell they was talking about, and then the ancestors kind of stirred me kind of like towards something else, that just overwhelmed me.
Yeah.
And that made more sense. That's why I can see things before they see things. And this is not evil if I can see things before I see things, because the Bible tells me that I'm not supposed to do that.
Something's wrong with me.
You know what I'm saying? Something is wrong with me.
So you feel like you didn't have anybody to embrace your spirituality?
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. My family, they are Christian.
Super Christian?
Well, my family, if you want me to be honest,
yeah,
they don't realize they're brainwashed. And yeah, family, if you want to jump down my throat, I said it, you are.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you don't have to believe the same thing as your family, because I feel like we all came here to just practice. Gotta be, because we must be working towards something, because we're just, it's no matter how you are in life, there's going to be something where you labor. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to work and try to grow and change.
I believe that we're connected to something.
Yeah, definitely.
Now what that, and I've always, and this started when I was a child, I started saying things like this.
Yeah.
We're all connected to something. I say nobody knows what's right and what's wrong until we die. Nobody ever came back and said, hey. Jesus is real. I've seen him. Everybody don't worry. Niggas don't worry. Everybody don't worry. He is real. Right. Nobody came back and said that. But I do know one thing that my tradition tell me that the ancestors do.
What?
Reincarnate.
So what do you feel like you did before?
Like
in your past life. Remember you said you came before.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I believe that the things that like deja vu.
Yeah.
People who have deja vus, they've been here before.
It feels crazy. And sometimes I'm like, that's why every time I'm like feeling down, I'm like, bitch, you didn't come here for this shit. You better get your ass up.
But a lot of people who believe that a deja vu is maybe like a dream or something. Well, I had a dream of this.
Yeah.
Oh no, really, the deja vu is already seeing something that pretty much already occurred.
Or like a premonition, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like wait, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Which means I'm on the right path.
Yeah, like. So what do you think? Like, do you have certain signs that you look for?
When I prayed for something, how do I know that the universe answered my question?
Or that it's listening at all?
Yes. Oh, butterflies.
Yeah.
Definitely. I see butterflies like everywhere.
Yeah.
And I find money too.
Ooh.
Yes.
So you got the money generator on you.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I find money.
I want some of that rice.
Girl, I have money rice.
Yes, I know you do.
Yes, I do. And I make it from scratch with real money. Sometimes like I cut up my money that has been sitting on my altars, and that have been blessed and anointed, and I use that that money to put into the rice.
Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. I want to talk about some hoodoo.
Oh yes. So hoodoo is a mixture of Christianity and voodoo together. Okay. Voodoo being the actual religion, and within that religion you have different off-brands like hoodoo and the Santeria, and
so they're all connected a little bit?
Yeah, they're all connected. They're all connected to the African gods, which is amazing. So
So how do you feel about that? Like to say that all of those different groups are related to the same mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the
the
parent
same
group.
form.
The parent group.
Yes, the parents group.
Yeah.
I feel honored because history even says that the first place of civilization was in what?
Egypt.
Exactly. So why would not the
But
God?
you know what? Like, there's not enough information.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, there is enough information. It's just that the elites, aka the colonizers, they have hold of it.
They sure do.
They have hold of it, and
Boy, they got
know,
something.
and they know that if our people get hold to that information, then they are doomed.
Yeah.
It's the connection to the universe. It's like a mother and a baby. What connects them? The umbilical cord. I'm
Right.
sorry, you're right. You was about to say it.
Yeah.
The umbilical cord.
We got
Yes.
ESP.
And we are connected to the umbilical cord of the
Yeah.
universe.
I think so. I think everything is like energy. Like if you look at like, it's beautiful if you really look at the way we all. So then I feel like, okay, I got this dope electrical fucking body, right? Your energy is like in you flowing like that. So you can boom, like hit other energy. I think that's how we vibe together is whenever we can kind of
it's
balance.
about vibration.
Yeah.
If you ever want to know how the world or the universe, the people in it, the animals, it's all about vibrations and the frequencies and the waves that you give off. The world is nothing but energy and vibration.
Yep.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to know a person to know that. You don't have to literally meet a person. You can talk to a person over the phone and you can be like, oh, that person got really good.
Yeah.
Because that's something that you can't be seen but can be felt.
I think that's really important.
It's all about what's being felt.
But like you said, that vibe really comes from inside.
Yes, it is. You know?
And that's the thing. Because, and I see you was about to jam. Bitch, I was gonna go off. No, I'm saying that's about to be my new song.
Girl,
Go off.
I'm already about to take you there.
I think I should do that. I've been seeing it go off. Like a message, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw it, let's see. Sometimes I count numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I catch my spiritual vibe. You know, with numerology.
Numerology. I love numerology because numerology is a way for the ancestors to connect with us. They vibrate with us with different, because numbers vibrate different frequencies.
Yeah.
Okay? And see, since most people don't listen to their intuition, the ancestors try to use numbers. They try to use signs, and people ignore everything, and then they wonder why they going through the things that they going through.
But the universe, your people, they be telling you, they be talking to you.
Yes, literally.
Like, it is crazy because I really feel like lately, since I came into my spirituality, since I started researching and really feeling into myself, me and my dad have a lot in common.
Right.
And I'm like his copy, you know what I'm saying, anyway.
Right.
So I should feel like we're connected. And then he speaks to me, you know what I'm saying, because
That's
he's my
true.
ancestor.
That is true.
You know
That
what I'm
is
saying?
very true. That is the honest to God truth, and you shall honor him.
Yeah.
You can build a altar for him.
You know I got it.
Yes. And then he will give you strength. He will give you confidence.
Yeah.
Ancestors are here to guide now.
Mm.
Now they're your holy angels. Those are the holy angels I worship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no such thing for me to worship in a God or a Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of people ask me, well, Xyla, do you believe in God? Well, I believe in a higher power.
Right. I
You
feel
know
like
what
that's.
I'm saying?
I feel like when some people, now we know that there are some people who are so supreme. They're like, no, you must use this name. I think
No.
people who are intelligent can really realize and understand that.
That there is something.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
But a lot of people are really stubborn. Like I saw somebody was talking about, well, why would people harm kids if there was a God, basically? I'm like,
Why would people do what?
Why would people harm kids if there was a higher power? That is it. Like,
Well,
they can't say that there's.
Well, you could have backdoored with them with this. Are you a Christian? Yes. Okay. I know you know other Christians that. What about your pastor?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, go on here about your business, sir. Now go run along and play if I hurt your feelings.
I don't know. I think people have a hard time when other people believe whatever they believe in too.
Some people like I said. A lot of people do not want to take responsibilities. A lot of people like living in lies. Some people, you know what? Some people like living in a lie so much.
Whoa.
That they do not, that they wouldn't even get tested. That's how much in denial people don't mind being. I'm just going to tell you like that. And people can't deny it. You cannot deny the facts. You cannot deny the truth. It is valid.
Yeah.
Take responsibility. And a lot of people don't like to own up. Fess up.
Yeah.
It'll make you happier. You won't be so bitter.
So let's talk about bitterness, okay? Can you define bitterness for me, like in your terms? Because I've been seeing guys a lot lately saying about women that they bitter.
Oh, well.
For various things. Like, but you don't even really be, like, you just be like, wow, I can't believe y'all don't protect women, or something like that. Oh, y'all so bitter. But
Okay,
they're just talking.
So men are basically saying that women are bitter?
Yeah.
Okay, man. All right. Well, if you think that we are so bitter, how about you help us change it?
Wow.
How about you be a peace of mind to us?
Be her peace.
How about you understand why we're bitter? How about you try to understand it?
Yeah.
Instead of criticizing the bitterness. Because if you are a man who grew up with a single mother,
Yeah.
you could see why she would be a little hurt sometimes and a little bitter.
Yeah.
Especially if your father treated her like trash.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're the second person in a row that I talked to that has even just mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Just like mothers not being treated well. Single mothers.
Yeah, okay. And then say, for instance, well, my mother was treated good. Okay, well,
You still need to know how to treat.
You still know how to treat women, and with that case, you shouldn't attract bitter women because you're vibrating at a higher frequency than women that are vibrating bitterly.
Right.
So if you are messing with bitter women, then you are a bitter man.
Uh-huh.
Because frequency, like they say, birds of a feather flock together, which they represent energy match energy.
Yeah.
So if you elevate your energy, then you no longer meet women who are bitter.
You change your vibration.
Exactly.
So you just attract something different.
Exactly.
You be like, I'm gonna turn up.
Or how about you not be the problem?
Oh. I'm like, yeah, I think you could change real quick.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, bitch, turn around.
No, I'm not saying that. I'll let you strut in the image of a woman, and I'm speaking in the image of a man.
Yeah.
How about I change myself too? Because why am I making women? Why are the women that I get with are bitter
Instead of them.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and that's the thing is a lot of them are bitter. But it's because of however they were first introduced to women. Like, I'm sorry that your mom was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of it. Like, I keep
But if women are so bitter, you love your mama.
So why are you taking that bullshit out on?
So
Fix you.
exactly. You gotta fix home first.
Yeah. That's the hard part for people.
Exactly.
Is they're going in the internal and really like
You have
fix
to
it.
fix what is going on with you, and you will be able to prosper. You will be able to soar.
Right, and that's what the show is about.
Okay.
It's about talking to people who know how to soar.
Exactly.
So
People who
that's why
wanna check
people want to talk
themselves.
to you
Mhm.
because you're soaring.
You think so?
I already told you I thought you were.
Yeah, I know. But the thing about it is, I'm just, in my eyes,
Okay.
I'm a regular ass person
Yeah.
with regular ass problems.
Mm-hmm.
I just think different. So that what makes my outcome a little different.
Yeah.
And if I can show you thinking different will make your outcome different, then why not?
You're like a teacher.
I'm the because my life path number is 3, so I'm the messenger, which means I
the last
have.
person.
Yes, that's why I have to know how to guide. The messengers can be leaders. Messengers can be guiders. Jesus was the messenger of God.
Mm-hmm.
If you are Christian, you believe that Jesus was the messenger.
Yeah.
So therefore, why other messages? Why are there no such things as other messengers?
I don't think that's not. I think there are other messengers.
Exactly. And all the messengers know how to communicate. It's either we speak dual languages, because I know that I can speak a little Spanish,
Okay.
and I know a little sign language. And when it comes down to communicating with spirits, I use tarot cards, pendulums, and if I had to, I could write it down.
Okay.
So it's just a gift. I've been here before. It's like,
Yeah.
boom, god damn it.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I do wrong this time?
So, what do you feel like was your first experience when you felt that?
My first experience as into accepting the fact that I've been here before,
Yeah.
it was cool. I'm a spiritual person. So it didn't shock me, it didn't amaze me. It just was like natural. I'm like, wow, this feels natural. So, because ever since I was little, I've been channeling energy and
So what did you
downloading
do?
energy. And I'm like, my third eye never really was closed. They tried to close it.
Man, I think that's the worst part about being creative, is that they want you to like stop.
Yeah, close your third eye.
To jump into the system first of all.
A very systematic. And the only people who need you to be systematic are the elite.
Yeah. And they know how to use all the source.
Exactly.
Which people need to know how to do.
Exactly. You are your own source. You are your own power.
Mm-hmm.
You create your own destiny. Nobody creates it for you.
Man.
If you feel like you want to do something, then do it.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow is not promised. And I'm trying to face that already.
You know, I was reading something that said, like, when people have a spiritual awakening, like, they're not afraid to die.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like, it just is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, whatever is going to happen is going to happen, and that includes death someday.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel as a spiritual person with a woman, a spiritual person who is a good spiritual person. Because anybody can be spiritual and use their powers use their left hand. I like to say left and right.
Okay.
Because I don't like using the color white or black. Because I don't want you to associate black with anything.
Including people.
Yeah, don't include black with nothing bad. Because I know how you feel about my people. Don't do it. And I know how y'all feel about white people, so don't do that neither.
You know like everybody to come in out of clean even?
Yeah, so I don't want you to either associate it with a black and white magic. Let's say left hand magic and right hand magic. Now, your right hand magic is your more positive magic. Okay. Your left hand magic is your more negative, magic. So,
So, like, what religion would you call any religions, like, under the same right hand or left hand?
What you talking about?
As far as, like, spiritual religions, would you, like, or, like, as far as witchcraft? You know, because, like, sometimes in the girl groups, you'll see them arguing about what's supposed to be witchcraft and what's not.
It's both hands. It's both hands. Me, if you say Xyla, what do you worship? I worship, I worship the left hand, the right hand, and the between hand. Other words, that's black magic, white magic, and gray magic. All of them. Because we're spiritual gods. We are gods.
Sort of like a yin-yang type of thing.
It's a whatever type of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a your intention type of thing. Because let me tell you something. Your life is either this or that. So what you gonna use your powers?
Yeah.
Now if my life is in a right hand lane, I will not cast left hand spells.
Oh yeah, that would be stupid.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now if my life is in the left hand lane because somebody put me down, then I'm going to cast a spell to get me back to the right hand lane, and I'm going to leave you alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the left hand gotta be, the left hand comes out every now and then.
Yeah.
The left hand comes out when you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah.
And protect others around you.
Okay, so let's talk about hex work, because I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that at some point you've had to, or you've been expected to, practice hex work. What you say? Nothing?
Okay. Well, yeah, I practiced hex work before.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed
That's good.
to admit it. Because,
Because you know how sometimes people are like, oh, I'll love and light all the time. But you sometimes have to do things that...
sometimes you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Me, I'm the type of person that you do what you have to do.
Mm.
So, if you're a Christian, your Bible says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Mm.
And then your Bible also says that seek revenge unto
Whoa.
those who seek revenge towards you.
Mm.
So therefore, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
So yeah, people hurt you.
So if you hurt me, I'm going to comfort you.
Yeah.
And whoever gets hurt in the process, so shall it be.
So like, do other people sometimes like ask you to do spells for them?
Yeah, people ask me to do spells for them all the time.
Mm. Is that one of your services?
Yes, that's one of my services I provide.
Okay.
Me personally, if you want to purchase hex spells, you're already going to pay the price.
Oh, baby.
So you're not going to come to me with $75 trying to hex somebody. That's not the case. Because, you know, and I don't perform a hex spell just because, so I don't, you know what?
It would have to be really worth it.
It would have to be worth it in some circumstances, but if it's your money.
Yeah.
It's your money. The ancestors know it ain't me being vindictive.
Okay.
The ancestors know it ain't got nothing with me. The ancestors know that this person is not able to pray on their own, and they need some assistant help. You know, and this is what they need. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a person, I do ask while a person is casting a hex spell.
Yeah.
Now, if you causing a hex spell just because somebody cut you off in traffic, that's not the case. I'm not about to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much you charge.
Yeah.
But if somebody is harming you or trying to do something that they have no business doing to you, then, okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
It has to be worth it.
I see people a lot asking about it, and sometimes people talk about how they do them, and I just be wondering, I don't know, like how y'all feel after that. But I guess you detach from it. It's not yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of this is not mine. I detach myself from. I use my energy.
Yeah.
But I'm not emotionally attached to the ritual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not emotionally attached to the work. Now, while I'm doing it, I know that you're emotionally attached to the work.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely channeling your vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using your enthusiasm to get the spell done.
Yeah.
But once it's done and complete, I detach my energy and everything else from it. And, you know, I stay casting reverse spells.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do protect myself. It's just that me personally, I know that I've been here to do this. This is what I'm here to do. So
how did you find that? Like your purpose, what you came here to do?
Well, actually, how I found it was I was watching this guy named Ralph Smart. And Ralph was just talking about living your life, he's a vegan. Living your life, because this is not what you came here to do. Life is all about, it's just an illusion. and things like that. So I started listening to what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had the connections with the ancestors. So I put two and two together.
Yeah. That was cool. So how do you think people who don't know about their ancestors can kind of get in touch with maybe something that can lead them to how they can talk to their own ancestors?
Well, ancestors are our loved ones who passed away, and ancestors are the deities that we worship. So they go hand in hand. That's why I like to say ancestors, which represents a cluster of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if people want to get in touch with their ancestors who passed away, that's called micro Nancy.
Oh, okay.
They would have to get in. They would have to get in touch with somebody like me who will practice micro Nancy for them in order for them to get in touch with their ancestors.
So do you feel like that's kind of what like a medium would do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one of your services too?
Well, yeah, I'll provide it. It depends on if a
that's like a special.
Yeah, it's.
All right, so that was the first part of our episode with Hoodoo Bangin, Miss Xyla Rolls. Don't forget, we will have part 2 next week. So make sure that you're following and you like, share, and subscribe so that you always get notified when we have a new, fresh episode. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.